Australia is a parliamentary democracy. Australia is a democracy. Democracy means that the people have a say about how they are governed. In Australia, the people have their say by electing members of parliament to make decisions for the whole country. These members of parliament represent the people. All right, there's a graph about how many people actually vote in Australia between 1901 and 2011. In Australia, voters are required to vote in elections. If they do not vote, they can be fined. Executive and legislative branch. Government majority, leader of the opposition, and opposition minority. Parliamentary democracy. Parliament. Head of government is the Prime Minister. Australia is governed under a parliamentary system. It is a democracy form of government in which voters choose representatives to govern body called a parliament. Voters choose representatives to the governing body, parliament. It is bicameral, two houses like Great Britain. The party that wins the majority then selects the prime minister from one of its members to serve as the head of the government. Parliament of Australia. Queen, General Governor, Senate, House of Representatives, all that equals the Parliament of Australia. Australia is an example of a parliamentary democracy. Australians elect members of parliament to represent them both at the provincial, territorial, and national level. Australia's citizens entrust the selection of the country's prime minister to the national parliament's leading political party. Australians aged 18 and older are required to vote, and there are numerous political parties to choose from. Australia is also known as a constitutional monarchy. Australia has a monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, as the head of state. The powers of the monarch are set out in the Constitution, along with the powers of the Parliament and the courts. In Australia, the Prime Minister is considered the head of government in the executive branch, which is to say he or she is the true executive leader of the nation. However, Australia recognizes the monarch of the United Kingdom as its symbolic or ceremonial head of state. This political arrangement traces back to Australia's former status as a British colony. The interests of the British monarch are represented in Australia by a Governor-General who is chosen based on the recommendation of the Australian Prime Minister.